Hello, boys and girls.
Hello, boys and girls.
And cougar parents.
And conversions.
Today we're going to learn about conversions. Does that sound fun?
Yeah.
And we're going to learn about converting the metric system. Can you say metrics? Say metrics. Okay, that was a little hard. Well, we're going to convert things like meters to centimeters, milliliters, and kilometers, as well as grams to milligrams and kilograms. And we're going to also take a look at volume, where we deal with liters and milliliters. Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. I agree. And we might even learn a song in the process. Does that sound good?
Yes.
You like to sing?
Yes.
Okay, say bye to everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Okay, hello, boys and girls. Let's take a look at the metric system conversions and how we do that. First of all, I think that we need to be aware that conversion simply means change. Okay, we are changing our unit of measure, but it's still going to be within the metric system. Also, you should be aware of these three prefixes. By the way, the metric system was developed by the French, so our prefixes and a lot of the vocab is also very French. Milli, centi, and kilo. These prefixes all tell us to what degree of meters, grams, and liters. And meters would be distance, grams would be mass, and liters would be our unit measure for volume. So if we say milli, that is a French term that means 1/1000ths. Centi is 1/100th, and kilo is actually 1,000 of something. So milli and centi are dainty. They're fractions of these root measures, while kilo is largo. It's 1,000 of them. So when we say millimeter, what we're really saying is 1,000th of a meter is a millimeter. Okay, and we can say the same thing for grams and liters. When we say centimeter, we're saying 100th. A centimeter is 100th of a meter, or in other words, it takes 100 of these centimeters to equal 1 meter. On the other hand, kilometer means you have 1,000 meters. Okay, now it's not a fraction of a meter, but you actually have 1,000 of them. And I think this will be very useful. We also have, we'll use kilograms quite a bit. Kilograms is a little more than half of a pound. We have milligrams and other measurements of grams too, but those are key ones. We have liters, and milliliters is something that you'll use in science quite a bit. Okay, I think we get the idea. Now let's take a look at how we convert these. Say we want to go from millimeters, and we're just going to focus on meters, millimeters to meter or kilometers, etc. Here I have a triple number line. Okay, a triple number line diagram, and here we see along these number lines is the 0 centimeters, 0 meters, 0 kilometers. But let's kick it up to 1 meter. I'm going to abbreviate here. Let's say this line represents 1 meter. Okay, 1 meter is how many centimeters? We already said that would be 100 centimeters. And 1 meter would be how many kilometers? Well, we know kilometers is a lot larger. In fact, it takes 1,000 meters just to equal 1 kilometer. So this is going to have to be a fraction. It will be 1,000th of a kilometer. Okay, so this would represent 1/1000th. And if we double it, let's go a little further down here. Okay, we got a red line now. Now we have 2 meters here. Well, 2 meters would be how many centimeters? 200 centimeters. And 2 meters would be how many kilometers? Well, that would be 2/1000ths of a kilometer. Okay, and we can see how they progressively increase, but they're still all equal. 200 centimeters is the same thing as 2 meters because there's 100 centimeters in each meter. And at the same time, though, when we talk about this kilometers, 2 meters is only 2/1000ths of a kilometer. and we could continue to extend these number lines. And there's one other way that we can, well, there's more than one other way, but we're going to look at just one other way today. Let's use ratios to help us out. Let's say we have, well, we know that 1 centimeter, okay, is equal to, whoops, one too many zeros. Let me get my pen back here. 1 centimeter is equal to 1/100th of a meter. Okay, so we have this comparing here, and let's say I want to find out if I have 10 centimeters, now how many meters will that be? Well, what's happening here when I jump from 1 centimeter to 10 centimeters? We're going to use our ratio reasoning. We're going to reason here and take a look. Well, what's happening multiplicatively here? Well, we're going from 1 to 10. That means we're multiplying by 10. So if we multiply our centimeters by 10, if we increase our centimeters 10 times, we need to do the same thing with our meters. So this would be equal to 1/10 of a meter. Okay, and that's called ratio reasoning. And some of you can see that. Others of you might say, well, Mr. Can't I just do cross multiplication and treat this as a proportion? Well, you're a little ahead of us, and that you are correct. We can do that. If you feel more comfortable with doing cross multiplication, by all means, go with that. But here we have it. That would be our answer. And I think that's a good start for today. And if any of you have any questions, please ask me in class next time you see me. But there we have it, metric system conversions. And I think I'm going to have a little song for you guys to listen to as well. Bye-bye.
Take 10 America to learn the metric way. It's a simple system based on tens that you can start today. Efficient, more accurate, more universal too. It's good for our economy, our country, and for you. Now there's the meter. The meter, it's a little more than a yard. You think about it that way, it's really not so hard. The liter. The liter. Now please don't sell it short. It works out fine if you keep in mind it's a little more than a quart. The gram. The gram. About the weight of a single raisin. About the same as a paperclip. Now isn't that amazing? Celsius. Celsius. Temperature scale you see. A summer day's about 25. A cold day's -3.